But yeah, it looks like it's working. Is it working? I think I might have to do temp screen again.
That's alright.
So
Yeah, if it's loading your PC up too much to have me on camera, that's fine. I don't need to be on camera. It's whatever you need for your stream.
Hi. There it is.
Whoa. Hey everybody.
I'll be on camera in just a second. My big old mess tray. Yeah. God damn it.
That's quite messy.
Oh, where's my camera? There it is. Okay. All right. So you know, I really could use my phone so I know what's going on with the chat. There we go.
That's not a bad idea.
So hi everybody.
Hello everyone.
How are we all doing? I'm pulling up the chat still, so I have no idea. Let's see. Oh, fun.
And chatting and doing some session prep while we talk.
Cool.
Yeah. Coming up here at a couple hours, I've got the Dome and the Delvers, and then my ongoing Landfall campaign, the one that you play Saida in on the live stream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been running a full campaign of that for about a year, almost a year and a half now. So.
Well, that's a really good segue to get us started. I'd love for you to introduce yourself and what you do, and plug your channel and all that good stuff, because it's a nice precursor to what we're going to talk about.
Heck yeah, I'd love to. Well, I'm DM Baynor. My friends call me Elf in real life. Even my family, actually. I'm a professional dungeon master. I run D&D primarily. I do run some other games. I run Sprawl. I'm willing to run World of Darkness and a few other things. I'm really interested in trying out some new games and some of the stuff from the old school Renaissance, which is basically just older versions of D&D, sort of updated and reintroduced. So I run games throughout the weekday evenings on Who Start Planning Games. You can find me on there. I run my games on Roll20, and yeah, I run right now 6 different games a week. 4 of them are original worlds. I have a multiversal sort of D&D campaign world, and I have several campaign settings that, they all can interact and overlap once players at higher level. I also do, for years I did music and martial arts, particularly I was really into sword fighting. I didn't do fencing or anything like that. There's a couple of groups, Dagger here, Belly Guard, basically foam fighting, or what's known sort of colloquially in certain like ring fair circles and stuff as bopper fighting. It's basically where you pad the weapons instead of wearing a bunch of armor. So it's a little more sporty, a little more fast paced, and a lot more full body, I think, than a lot of most of your other like battle sports. But anyway, that's kind of an aside. But yeah, so I've been running games. My sister brought this old school, this is like 89 box set of D&D home from college, and me and her current husband all played a game, and I was pretty much hooked. And for Christmas, I got a box set. But I pretty much started out running the game because I lived out in the country, and there weren't a lot of kids who were interested in playing that out there. And so I just roped my family into it as much as I could until I went to middle school and met some other geeks that played D&D. And so I've been doing it for like 30 plus years. I've kind of stopped counting because
Some things it's better to stop counting.
I think so. I think so. Once you hit a good round number, you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Exactly.
We'll just update it once I think it's, what's another round number.
Oh, go ahead.
No, that's just wrap it up. Like, yeah, that's me. In a nutshell, anyway. So very specific, one facet of me.
Right. Pertinent to this conversation.
Right, yeah.
So, I guess the very first question I would love to explore with you is for those of us who haven't like considered the term or haven't heard it or don't think about it much. What is escapism?
So escapism, I almost want to pull up the definition.
Go for it.
The way it's used is at a pastime or habit or that goal kind of when getting into entertainment or reading, playing D&D, playing video games, reading really immersive fiction, and even creative art, stuff like that. People, so it's defined through Oxford Languages. It's defined through Oxford Languages as the tendency to seek distraction and relief from unpleasant reality, especially by seeking entertainment or engaging fantasy. So that's basically yeah. I think it has often have a negative connotation. Our society, our world, at least Westerners, all I know about really, have this idea that it's kind of fixed, like you gotta face things head on, eyes all the time, eyes completely open, staring problem in the face, 24/7. And so that, escapism takes on, in that context, takes on a sort of dirty vibe to it, a weak vibe. Yeah, that's what I think escapism is. What I think,
Yeah, I think that's perfect. I'm just adjusting some things on my webcam real quick.
Yeah, no problem. I don't know if escapism, I think it's a thing, like that unhealthy or negative avoidance of things, that can be so built in. I think our culture does kind of, the way our entertainment is so fast, so furious, it's so quickly produced and quickly consumed, and at the same time there's a lot of stress in our world, especially right now, that I think it does put us in a situation where we feel like we need escapism, like we feel like we need to be putting our heads in other worlds, just getting completely away from our everyday problems, and it's just sort of like the feeling that comes with it is that it's just sort of a break. And that's all it is. You're just avoiding these things for now. You're just getting away from them, getting some relief, and that it's just that.
And I suppose that's kind of getting into the meat of what I want to talk about with you is it just that? I'm obviously setting up conversations to suggest, it's a lot more than that.
I mean, I think so too. I think there is that, on a base level, you can come to a table, play D&D, kill some monsters, sneak around, throw out some one-liners, and I go back out my life once that's over, I might work next day. So I think that's available, I think anything that's really engaging or immersive. It is,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think there's a lot more that's available there, depending on how it's approached. The people at the table, of course, the dungeon master, the person who's running the game, what they put into it, I think, it's a big, it's hard to start breaking down when you use the words, but.
Right, there's a lot of aspects to it.
Yeah, for sure. I think if I was going to put it simply and broadly, that I would say that there's a lot of potential for growth at the table. If nothing else, they say a lot of people, a lot of studies, a lot of YouTube essays that you see talk about how we're sort of in an age of loneliness and isolation, how we have all these choices, and we can kind of tailor our experiences just so much, and so often that it makes us, we don't have to deal with each other so much. and it sort of de-incentivizes us working through things together to come to a good experience, unless that's what we're being paid to. So one way that tabletop or D&D can like help us grow is when you're sitting around the table, you have to imagine these things together. You have to think through, problem solve together. There's a lot of syncing up that needs to be done for a table to function really well, for a party of characters to come through these crazy situations that Dungeon Masters put characters through, and to have the most sort of satisfying experiences at the table. It requires just at least just that, us to kind of come through those layers of social avoidance and practice social skills, whether it's being a little more forward with what our thoughts are, or taking a back seat when we're used to always dominating and taking the spotlight.
Right.
You know, because you have to go, like, everyone kind of has to have a moment in the sun if it's a proper game. You know, that's the goal as a GM for me, is to make sure every session that everybody has a little something, or at least that everyone's fully engaged, right? Some sessions will go a little long on one scene or something like that, but point is that, yeah, it requires cooperation, and which is a many-faceted skill on its own.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about it this way, it kind of makes me wish that this was a class in school. It would have been my favorite class, too. That's over our class. I mean, it's like when you think about what are the most important things to learn in life, what's really going to help you? You know, the skills that you're describing to me really seem like the sort of things that can help you not only have a successful life in a traditional, like, conventional sense of finances and security, but I think also maybe a more deeply fulfilling life, too. Of course, I don't think it's guaranteed. You know, like you were saying earlier, you get what you put in to it, and it is what you make of it. I think you could live on the surface of it your whole life if you wanted to, and I don't think that's a problem either. But
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I mean, I know from my own personal experience just how informative it's been imagining certain scenarios and conflicts and overcoming and problem solving through those, and then miraculously finding in my life that also will be reflected that I learned something very real in that space, that escapist space, you know, that helped me come back to the things I was running away from and to conquer them. And I think that's a really interesting dichotomy if you want to, you know, speak on that at all.
Yeah, I think it took me a long time to notice that with the GM. You know, I was just really into, I just like creating and imagining. I like that aspect of modeling potential realities to see what we can find that's useful in approaching this reality. You know,
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I think it was having some conversations like this, sitting out with some friends and talking about how much we love tabletop role playing and all the different things we like about it, you know. And that came up. A friend talking about how it helps him confront the bully and it helps him get a job, get into a job interview. He's really socially awkward, kind of nervous. Like a lot of us were in high school in certain ways anyway. High school was a damn awkward experience for most of us. But and we talk about just sitting with his friends acting out a tough guy, a mean character, just sitting with his friend and getting this little hobbit, whatever, dealing with this tough guy. It's just his friend, he's role playing out, you know, and you know, another one sort of being in negotiating some noble or a merchant. I can't even remember what the exact story was, but just those experiences were enough to sort of get that engine started.
Yeah.
You could like move, confront things, you know, or deal with confrontation a little bit. Yeah, so since then I started trying to pay more attention to it. It's not something I don't think I can, like, I think it would be, like, I don't know what I was going to say. It's observing it. It's a really, yeah, and it's really quite profound, I think. That's the only way to say it is it's really quite profound to watch somebody who's, and I've seen it, especially over the past years, and people really kind of come out of their shells and gaining new skills. I've talked to some of my players about it, about how um, some of their social habits have changed. Some of their organizational skills have changed, you know. And D&D doesn't get you to learn a little bit of math and deal with some organization and information, but it doesn't do anything, you know.
Right?
Those are two great skills too.
Wow, now that you're saying those things, I couldn't help but reflect on, because I've been playing since you started running games, but that's the extent of what I've played. So it's a really bright pool of information, because I think in a way, if you've been doing something for a long time, sometimes the lines kind of get blurry, but like its impact on me, now that we're talking about this, is actually pretty profound. Like, I was thinking about how much it's got me back into drawing. It really all started, D&D kind of started me reforming the idea of having a routine and a schedule in my life again, because I was just completely off the rails on that. There was no routine or schedule, and it all started around Wednesday night at 10 p.m. It was like everything started to form out from that center point, and now I've got a routine so compact that there's not a lot of room for other things at the moment, but that's a learning process too, and I'm almost kind of curious how D&D might reflect that when I go back to play in that space, because it is kind of like a pass the ball kind of thing, one informs the other, so.
Yeah. And what a marvelous thing though to see, to be able to see both sides of that, and sure, your life is maybe almost overfull right now, when it was, felt barren perhaps at certain points. But that's really profound.
It did, like on a deeper wavelength through a lot of the trials and tribulations I went through the last year. It was kind of a lighthouse, It was like, well, D&D kind of kept me oriented. I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna show up for these people. I can do that. I'm gonna do that. And that's speaking out to people who were in like really rough places and transitions. The deeper values. We talked about escapism having such a negative connotation, but frankly, escapism kind of saved me through some of that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. This is a good time to that token quote that we both love so much.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember it, so I'm just gonna look it up real quick.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah, his take Tolkien, I can't say enough about, he started a lot of stuff. And sure, some of his stuff was dated and a product of the times, but he also, I feel like, knew that, if you can say that.
I did kind of sense that about him too. I kind of sensed that he was aware that it was a product of the time, some of the reflections he had.
Yeah. But his take on it, for everyone else's benefit, is pretty profound. So he says this, and the question on, does he, find it, somebody was probably pressing him, I think, in the interview was, asking him how he felt about producing escapist literature, or that people were going to come to his works for escapism. And he says this: fantasy is escapist, and that is its glory. If the soldier is imprisoned by the enemy, don't we consider it his duty to escape? If we value the freedom of mind and soul, if we are partisans of liberty, then it's our plain duty to escape, and to take as many people with us as we can.
I like that last part especially.
That's the part that just gets me. I can barely sort back when I read that.
Yeah, it got me a little bit too.
Somebody else escaped, and they took me with them. They didn't know it, Tolkien, more powerful, Lasny, all my favorite writers. They got me out of the trap of my mind,
Wow.
I was not, it was there. And that's not to say, I think there's levels of freedom. I think I'm still freeing myself in many ways, and that's why the process continues. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really getting a lot to the heart of what I wanted to talk about. Zoom in on. And I was, curious because I know through your journey of being a professional dungeon master, there's been a lot of, like with anybody, venturing out into something that like there's no real guidebook for, there's no place you can plug yourself into any system or anything like that. You just kind of have to go out there and see what sticks and persevere, And through that, of course, when we face those sorts of challenges, we all kind of confront like a certain kind of imposter syndrome. And I know that the escapist label, the negative connotation of it, has been one of your concerns through that. So I was kind of curious, has this been an empowering journey? Or has it, any reflections on that topic?
That's
It is big.
hard to question. Wow. So, I'd say starting out, I didn't question it. It's like there's such a, like the moments that I sort of realized I could do this, and that people were willing to pay for the skills that I honed over my lifetime. Probably the thing I'm the most skilled at, and I consider myself a fairly skilled person. So, I think once I realized there was a whole community of people. So there was something for me to plug into, even if it was just here's these people doing this. Start playing games actually helped a lot too. They helped sort of bring GMs and players together and stuff like that. So I did need a little bit of help there, but you're right. It still very much was a figure it out as you go. So first, I think I was overwhelmed by the idea that this hobby, parts of my life, is hidden from a lot of people. You're not going to bring your D&D books out at a coffee shop. You're out of school, it's all of your D&D friends there. At least when I went to high school, when I was in school. Things have maybe changed now, I don't know. But at least seems that it's much more accepted. So I think I was so, and I've been waiting for that right thing. I've gone to school for psychology. I had so many jobs and potential careers and things I thought, maybe this is going to be it. Maybe this is the thing that makes sense for me. And so when I realized that this was possible, I think it just sort of lined up in my brain and lit up. And I just didn't question anything. I was like, okay, here's what I have to actually do. It's just going through the steps. But I think as I actually started to pick up paid players, there does come this question of, is this worth it? Am I scamming people? Am I taking advantage of this age of loneliness? Am I myself just completely escaping my problems, my responsibilities, and my insights on life, and inviting other people to do the same? And I think to answer that question, it's like, so that question comes up, and I look at it, and I look at the doubt, just kind of look at it right in the face, and then remember the deeper and finer things that draw me to it, the things that actually make me happy about it, not the things that make it fun. I'm not doing it just for fun. It's a lot of freaking work that I'm not getting rich doing it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So definitely there's a passion there. So I have to remind myself to ask, what is it that's really drawing me to it? So why am I doing it? And it's like, yeah, this is fun, and fun is important. It's not just nothing,
No.
But there's one player, I don't want to give their life away, but one of my players joined a game a while back, out of here, when I first kind of started out. It was their first D&D game. They absolutely loved the campaign. They loved all the players at the table. They just it just lit up this person's whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And from my perception, and I'll double check, and they're going to probably watch this and check me out some of my information, but my perception was that they were sort of working a job that they weren't necessarily happy with. They were good at it, they were making money, but it was really, really busy. They were always working, they had to, anytime anybody called out, they were sort of managing, so anytime somebody called out, they were having to miss a game and had to step out. But the table, a few times, every time the guy mentioned, the whole table was like, ah, man, you should just get a new job. Or you shouldn't put up with that. You know, and everyone was just like, no, man, you gotta be here. You gotta be here.
Mm.
So the player had to step away from the table. It's the job. And like I do when somebody steps out for an indeterminate amount of time, I'll check on them. Like once every 2 weeks, I'll message with them and just see what they're actually doing. In part to see if they're going to come back to the table, but also just because kind of once you come through my life, you're one of my people a little bit, and I'll still check on you. But so I continue to check on the person, and they kind of update me about little changes in their life, and then next thing we know, they've got completely different, like they had shifted, I think, in their position, and I think just sort of step forward, you know, when they had a meeting with their boss, they're like, hey, Thursdays are off limits, this is what I need, push for it, and got it. And
oh, nice.
And it lit everybody up when they came back to the table.
Oh.
It was a meaningful moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That specifically is like one of the main things that I'll remember whenever I'm feeling like, what am I really doing here? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is, well, I'm helping people have fun. I am helping people escape, but at full escape. Like, he didn't just get away from his problems for a minute. He fixed some of his problems. You know what I'm saying? And in part,
wow.
He just so wanted to be at the table and be playing that game, be playing with these people.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So that helps me, like, okay, dude, whatever you think about yourself, this is what happens at your table. These are the kind of things that happen in your life. So you can think whatever you want about yourself. You can think you're an imposter, but here's the proof, right? This is what's actually happening. Check yourself.
I'm glad that you have that reminder for yourself. That's powerful. That's so powerful, and it really brings me back to the end of that quote. You know, and take as many people as we can with us. You know, it's like you've got a flag, and you're running with it, just hoping people are going to run alongside you. And like I said earlier myself that I've fixed a lot of problems in my life and continue to do so because of the structure and orientation D&D has provided me. You know, I'm sure it's a little different for everybody, but like, it really gets me. Another thing it's shown me to do is like really. I have this issue in my life where I think I can't do something, like I don't feel well, I've had a bad day. You know, I get nervous, I get imposter syndrome myself, and I'm down on myself, I can't do this. But I think about the whole table and how important my character is and that it really hurts the table to not be there. So I push through that, I go through it almost every time, in one form or another. It gets better as time's gone on, but yeah, I still go through it quite a bit. I still feel like that almost every night that we have D&D. I'm like, I don't want to play this, I'm tired, I'm frustrated, I don't feel like I can, it's gonna suck, I'm gonna suck. And then I go and I show up, and I do it, and not only do I do it, I usually have a good time. I usually surprise myself with the things I chose to do and the way I problem solved and moved through it, and I'm really happy that I connected with those people, and it really adds like this zest and spunk to the rest of my week, because if I hadn't showed up, I'd be like, oh, I missed it, and I can't do things. It just sort of reinforces that,
right.
You know? So it really reinforces a lot of positivity for me.
Yeah, and it definitely does not sound like that sort of negative definition of escapism. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like the opposite.
It does.
Facing that resistance, you know?
Glass Deviant's on and says, Their folks hated D&D, but it taught them how to solve problems more than they ever did, and to feel good about myself for having done so.
Les, I'm so glad you found D&D.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think no matter what your parents teach you, role-playing practices can teach you more because you get to actively model reality and try things out, you know? So anything that our parents did teach us, we can test those things out to some degree at the role-playing table.
It's a really, I think it's a deeply primal activity. We flourish it up and we make it fancy and we add rules and we add dice. But like at the core of it, it's just like something that children and animals do across the board, you know?
Yeah.
And it's exactly for the reasons you're describing. It's running a freaking, oh, I can't think of the word.
Simulation?
Yeah, simulation. Thank you.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, even when dogs play bow and they play bite, they're kind of role playing as fighting.
They are.
You know?
And I love to just bring up to everyone here and now that when your dog grabs a toy and like shakes it violently, they're breaking the small creature's neck.
Definitely.
When they're pulling out the stuffing, those are the intestines.
They are role playing, destroying some pathetic, helpless creatures.
Glass Deviant says they've been playing since the mid-70s. Nice.
Whoa, you got me, Glass.
Chainmail, Gygax's predecessor to D&D, then D&D, AD&D, and many other games.
Man, yeah, I came in 88, 89. Yeah, the colored Elmore box set, with the Elmore art. Oh, my camera, lost my camera somehow. What in the heck?
You did?
Yeah, it's not on my face.
Oh!
It's like looking down or something.
It's got a mind of its own. Oh, by the way, to our audience right now, that the music currently playing is also DM Favors. So, I like things nice and thematic and put together in one little package.
Dude, awesome. I can't actually hear the music right now, so what are we listening to?
Which one is this? I like this one a lot. I can only hear it faintly. It's mostly for the crowd.
That's fine. I'm just curious how we tell them about it.
It is Robots Rejoice, Android Celebration.
Okay, man, this is the first piece of electronic music I ever made in like 2010, I think.
That's cool, the very first one.
Yeah, for sure.
That's neat.
Yeah.
I need to close my window. It's cold.
Goodness, yeah. So, there's there really are. I mean, it's they're trying to list the different things you can practice and learn, but really simply, so you've got in D&D, people are often inspired to sketch out items or characters or places, either the GM or other players at the table. It deals with, so it inspires art. It requires and inspires a little bit of engaging with like math and numbers, with cooperation and group strategy. It helps with problem solving, thinking within a situation, visualization, scheduling, like you mentioned, and that's just to name a few. Each of those whole fields on their own, things that could dramatically, any one of those, altering that, growing that, could dramatically impact our life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's all stuff that happens without even really being intentional about it as a DM or a table. That's just part of the package that comes with it. It's in the code, right? But then you can tailor your situations, your scenarios, and do that intentionally. There's a group called Geek Therapeutics, and it's started by a bunch of dungeon master / psychologists who all have degrees, most of them have private practices, and they teach therapeutic tools to dungeon masters so that dungeon masters can have, smoother table vibes, but also if they have neurodivergent people at their table, they, or unsocialized people, they have tools to kind of help bring those players in. And they're also teaching D&D and geek terminology to therapists, so that therapists can have a better way of engaging with their clients, because so many of us play video games or read comics or stuff like that. So you could definitely, and the way I actually found out about the possibility of running games and getting paid to be a dungeon master, I went to a pagan festival that my mom runs, actually called Pagan Unity Festival, PUF, and I was going to run D&D for the kids. I had this little scenario that I homebrewed up, which has since become a whole module that I'm working to publish called Goblin Stone. It's the next streaming game that we're going to do on Mondays on my channel.
I'm going to be in it.
But the second day, there weren't any kids, it was all adults that I was running for at Puff. And one of the guys, he worked with kids that had special needs, but it was different stuff. Like some kids that were really aggressive, another kid that was really nervous and unsocialized. And he would talk with their parents and their caseworkers or therapists and help build characters and scenarios to bring these kids through, to help them practice specific skills, and to help coach out certain behaviors, or to help sort of curb certain behaviors and stuff. Genius.
It is.
Of course that would work. I mean, role-playing is a tool used in therapy practice, So yeah, that's mind blown. I'm curious where I'll be.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I think probably one of my favorite things about D&D is that it's just the essence of the whole conversation, is that you can look at it very viscerally, it's just a hobby or whatever, but oh my goodness, the depths, and like coming back around to, I'm serious, I think that this should be like taught in schools. I just feel like it would really, there's something about the journey of self-discovery that's my personal favorite thing that I learned from role-playing. Like through all these experimentations and things that it inspires, like you're talking about art and the reflections of learning to work with others and work through some of our social awkwardnesses and such, you really start to refine who you are and what you really are about, because it's a theoretically a space of no consequence. And so like if you go and you're like, your character's really gung-ho and you're going to be this very particular kind of character, but then like as the campaign goes on, you're like, I don't know, it's not really suiting me, it's not really working for me. Nobody's really, it'd probably be a natural transition and anything anyways, so nobody's gonna care. But in life we get afraid if we want to try to be somebody different or approach a problem differently. Not that it may or may not matter, but that anxiety is there because we consider our life to be of more consequence. But I think one could argue that D&D is of just as much consequence. It's just maybe harder to pin down in some cases.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously don't die when our character dies, but an experience ends. We certainly experience a part of death. We experience the loss. That story is over for that person that we made up, for that aspect of our own personality that we've sort of drawn the microscope on, or that maybe it's not an active part of our personality. Maybe it's a part of ourselves that we haven't accessed or developed yet, or we're trying to reach.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Saida in the stream campaign, the Landfall campaign, she's such a forward character who doesn't really think much about what she's going to do next. She just does it. And I created her explicitly with the conscious intention of inspiring myself to implement that kind of behavior more into my life, because I will never be Saida, thank goodness. She dies a lot, but I could use a little bit more like, just don't think about it and do it. And I think it's working. I think I need a little bit more time with Saida, but that is the intention. You know, I think the longer you've been role playing, the more aware you are of its benefits. You can start to go back into it with conscious intention, like, no, I'm going to create this character to help me work through this specific thing.
Definitely.
Glass Eating It says, I had a guy in one group who was very aggressive. I handled it by giving him better rewards for thinking through problems instead of using aggression, and it worked very well for him and the entire group. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm gonna put that token quote in chat just because.
Yeah, please do.
It's just such a good quote.
This is my favorite. Honestly, I have to remind myself of it often because many of the things I'm engaging in, including D&D, fall into that category, and I have similar imposter syndrome issues, so it's really helpful.
Yeah, I think if you didn't grow up having successful parents telling you that you are whatever you think you are, and it's that combination. Like a lot of us had poor parents that told us we could do anything, but then we compare their words and then other words of other people that are, as we're growing up and stuff. So, my train of thought just derailed. Scratch all that. I don't know where I was going.
Well, we are coming up on about an hour already. Can you believe that?
No, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have Dallas out here at the hour.
Mm-hmm. Right? I kind of like the.
Yeah, I can't hear Pod either.
Really?
Now I can.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, your little vaporwave Pod look so cute.
Well, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to, yeah, yay, technology. I was kind of hoping to have all the ink done for today, but, my job has actually had work, so I couldn't work on it this week.
Oh, man, I hate when jobs actually have work.
Right? Yeah, go ahead and, you asked about posting your links. Go ahead and, please, you got your link tree because we've been listening to your music throughout the stream here, and I think that'd be really cool if anybody's interested in it.
I gotta find that, yeah. I'm going to find it.
Wait, jobs are for work? I thought they were for sleeping.
There's one link that's not on the link tree. I think because I forgot. Oh, look at that. Valentine money.
Heck yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to post a different link then that is to my Bandcamp, which is where I've got a bunch of that music. including what you all listened to, I think, earlier. But yeah.
This one
Anyway.
time at band camp? I never seen that movie.
Me neither. Me
But I know that stupid quote.
And it's free to listen to the tracks on there, by the way. And if it gives you trouble, I've also got a Mixcloud. So you can find me on Mixcloud, SoundCloud, or any of that stuff under Fane or Firemind, which is different. If you're interested in some bizarro electronic music, which really doesn't fit into any genre, which is fine.
No, it looks like Deviant was enjoying it.
Cool.
Attack the Floor, love it.
Yeah, that's yeah, I think that's one of my. That's one of the latest ones I did. I haven't made any, I haven't published anything in like 2 years, but that's one of the last ones I did. And yeah, I like it.
Well, I was just gonna say it looks like we're about time for you. I'm gonna take a bit of a break. And yeah. If there's anything else you want to say, by all means. And I wanted to thank you for your very wonderful conversation today. This was super fun, and I'm not surprised it felt like it was over in 15 minutes because it was so substantial and flowy. So, yeah, thank you for your time and your wisdom.
Dude, thank you. Thanks for giving me a spot to talk about this stuff. I really appreciate it. And
I'm going to put a plug out there for you. People need to come see your stream on Monday nights at 7:30 Central Time, because we are doing a D&D live stream, and it's getting pretty intense and fun and refined, and the more the merrier. I'm excited to have anybody who wants to join us.
Me too, absolutely. And yeah, if you're looking for any games throughout the week, you can find me on Start Playing Games under DM Fainor. So yeah, y'all take care. Thanks so much. I hope y'all had a good time, and see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye. I'll put my BRB screen up.
Okay.
Okay, I'm kind of back. Hi! Hi, Potato Queen. How are you? So what's the new policy, if you don't mind? Because, like, I mean, Cyberpunk be having some titties in it, is all I'm saying. Yeah, I know, right? I'm not into it. I'm not into it already. I don't even know what it is, and I'm not for it. I think I know why I have an echo. I think it's because I'm coming through Discord. And my camera mic. I don't know what to do. I do suppose if DM Fano doesn't mind, you can hear me through the stream. I'm gonna have to close my Discord down unless anybody wants to join me later. I can pop back in. We'll just have to put up with the echo. Yeah, I was kind of curious what's up with that. That should fix it, I think. Yeah? Use... Okay. Oh, you got off anyway. Yeah, but I guess if I could do that next time. Super strict. So what's super strict? They're gonna like close down my account? I do want to be able to read this. Imagine that information is available. And DM Fedor, I hope you're still listening. Sorry I had to cut it off. I think I know what to do next time, which is what Valentine says there. It's always something different. Okay, this part I'm a little nervous about. This is super straight. Oh my god. I didn't breathe. Yeah, I mean, I'm upset about it. I mean, Cyberpunk is seriously one of my favorite things, and it's kind of in there a lot. Damn it. I got too thin. Ugh! Right, I think so. Wicked Lizard, what's up? Hi! You get a special hi. I mean to do this most times, so no one take it personally. To attract more advertisers. Oh, community is so offensive. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Just had an excellent chat with DM Fedor. And now I'm just kind of getting into some more serious arting. Thank you. How are you doing? We're still listening to some of his music, actually. I wish I had a little bot right now that would just pull it up regularly. I kind of remember how to do that. I don't know if this was a good idea, making this line bigger. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna make it work. Working away. Yeah, feel that. That's what I've been doing a lot of too. Pretty much feels like all the time. You can't have an underboob? What? How am I supposed to get anything done? How is anyone supposed to get anything done without an underboob? I don't understand this insanely conservative backlash to what's freaking good and beautiful and we've worked very hard to progress on as a human species. You know what drives me crazy? It was one of the most moving paintings I've ever seen, for me personally. It's very simple. It isn't a well-known painting. I don't even know who did it. But it was of these, what appeared to be mothers with all of their children in the middle of this big, amazing, like, low-stream river. And everybody's naked and playing and bathing in the river. And I was like, oh my gosh. I want that so bad. Like, and for not to be a thing, it's just like we're human beings and we're alive and the sun is on our backs and the wind is wrapped around our bodies and like we get to play in the water like any other freaking animal on the whole planet. Like we deny ourselves the most basic pleasures and experiences of life itself, of experiencing existence itself. It all has to be up in our heads and we're also up in our heads. Pardon the rant, but like, I'm pretty upset about this no underboob thing. Auto mod? Oh, I'm not even... I can't even see that on my stream right now. On my phone. I don't know how to fix that either. I need some help. I don't want things like that to be... Whatever it is you're trying to say, I want you to be able to say it. If people aren't being respectful, I can determine that. Or a moderator can determine that. That is so strange. Even the auto mod. I don't like it. It's gross. It's really gross feeling. I feel like I'm starting to like come into prominence with my character and my being, which has in venturing forth and finally expressing myself and connecting with people in the ways that I've wanted to my whole life. And now that I'm doing that, the things I care about the most, like expressing yourself freely, loving who you want, like freedom and sexuality and not being ashamed of our bodies and not over and hypersexualizing everything too. It's like, dude, can we be naked and not be sexual? Like, please? And now all this stuff is getting such incredible backlash. It really makes me hot. Right, they're gonna lose some serious money from all the girls out there making money from under boob. How are we supposed to get anything done? Hey, did the Discord thing, did that fix the echo? Like, you guys still hear an echo? Because I have a lot of rant to, like, endure an echo. And then I don't feel extra bad. Because DM fans just, like, wanted to listen, and I wanted that. But, I also don't want an echo. A lot of it is reactions to news stories on CNN, etc., criticizing Twitch for letting streamers stream Cyberpunk 2077 specifically. My god, the specificity of the attacks on, like, the conservative attacks on things are so close to home, like literally they're happening in my home. Like all the bullshit with Tennessee. Freaking, I'm in Nashville. It's like, let me put it to you this way, if I were a man, I'd be a drag queen. And I just, yeah, I need a moment. That enema suggestion. Yeah, right? 18 plus option, like... what country do we live in again? Like, ideally, we're supposed to be in this country that's like freedom of expression and speech and like the rights, you know? I'm confused. Did we just like pick up and go somewhere else overnight? It wasn't overnight. I know. Oh wow, that's crazy. What a crazy random happenstance. What were you in Nashville for? Yeah, I know, but where else are we supposed to go? Like, I kind of hate Amazon. I kind of do hate the fact that Twitch is what I have to use, but like, I'm certainly open to alternatives, but I also really would like to continue what I'm doing and for it to do well. So I'm really not sure. But honestly, I really don't know how to... Undermove is such a big part of the plan, you guys. Oh, East Nashville, heck yeah. That's where I spent a lot of my time. East Nashville's my favorite. Realistically, the freedom we were founded on is religious freedoms, not personal freedoms. Well, what if it's like part of my religious freedom to be naked? Because honestly, that's true. Like, that's a really important part of my spiritual freedom. But there's the thing, I don't want to say religious. Like, it's not a religious thing, and I probably could have defined it that way. And that's where it gets you. Your in-laws there on Easter? What's kind of a joke? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. Bed Bath & Beyond is dead because they got taken over by stupid activists who put their activism before actually making sure the company survived. Well, Lizard, when you come around, we could always hang out. Me and Valentine, we pretty much live here, so that'd be pretty awesome. Let's found the Church of Nudity. Found the Church, yeah. Let's do that. I'm really not against it, and I'm usually kind of against that sort of thing. But I think I can get behind that one. Oh, that's so fun! Yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's looking alright. Hey, yay! That's funny. I'm like, kind of reading chat. That would be fun. We got two different things going on. Hanging out in Nashville and starting Church of Nudity. Both seem like... Autobahn strikes again? Man. This is hard. This was the part I was like, oh my god. This is gonna be the hardest part. Ah, Pegasus, Small Wonder has arrived! Why, thank you. Thank you for feeding Ponponosaurus Rex. Enjoy your shower. Man. Oh yeah! Thank you for feeding the Rex. Oh, I bet you that felt really good, Small Wonder. Nice work. Yeah, thank you for feeding the Rex again. Nom nom nom. Now, kind of the problem with what I have with the rest of the details is that it's going to be a lot of the flourishing around the border before I can go and ink anything else. And that's really tiny detailed stuff. Guess I should just get started. Man, I feel deviant. Like, forever for me is relative, right? But I don't think I've had tacos in a hot minute, and I don't really like some. I don't like street tacos, though. I really want street tacos. $20 years or more? Okay. Okay, you got me beat. Oh, hey, Iron Tree. Hi, Crow. Yeah, the music is actually by a very dear soul to me. And my phone's glitching out. I'm trying to send you all the links here. If Valentine can hook me up with the links, it's DM Feanor. He's also a fellow streamer here on Twitch. He streams D&D games, but mostly is a professional dungeon master for Dungeons and Dragons. Everything on my phone is dying, so I can't see anything anybody's saying. It'll take me a second. But yeah, that's his music that we're listening to right now. He was at the beginning of our stream. It just died. Wow, y'all. Can you please cooperate? Like, why? Is Mercury in Haterade? I'm pretty sure it's in Haterade. Yay! Thank you for posting the link. There's still a voice echo. Thank you, Lizard. Thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you. Virtual is the primary component of Haterade. Old NES game called Shadowgate. Oh, nice. Wow, Deviant 22 years ago. You made them in Australia for your girlfriend and her daughters. That's amazing. Wow. You should just get yourself some tacos. Or make yourself some tacos. There might be something really powerful in that. I know it might sound weird, but... Yeah, you too. Thank you, Lizard. Hype! Okay, I need a pencil. Got a little curve going up there. I guess I can ink that in so I can kind of see it better. What size? 5? Yeah, 5. Oh, heck yeah! What kind of tacos? Iron Tree? Oh, this is brown. How in the world? Yeah, no. That's 005. That's super tiny. This is a little thick. Let's put it on a 3. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta fax some tacos. We gotta figure out how to fax food, y'all. This has been an issue. That sounds really good. I might have to give that a try sometime. I can't tell if y'all can see what I'm working on. It looks like it's angle positioned okay. Food facts. Yeah, I think that'd be one of the best inventions ever. Grandma could like just fax you cookies. We could be faxing each other freaking tacos right now. Where's the future, I swear. Boy, this is hard. Oh, a DM on Discord. Let's see if my phone will cooperate. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm working on. I'm gonna position it there. I'm working on this area right here. Oh wow, Pro, that's gorgeous. I don't even understand how you got those colors and like under the line work. That's incredible. Oh my god. Yes. I really like the physicality of the form too. Like, really feel the body. You know. Well done. Those shoes are superb too. They're really cute. Freaking perfect. Yeah, definitely put some gloss on it. Yes, I need to do one thing. Okay. The eyes have to be the actual color. I like that. Oops. This is nature, it's not perfect. I could use a straight edge. But I don't know where there's one. So, we'll just trust it's gonna look great. Yeah, you zoom out a little bit, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, you cut vinyl. Nice. I didn't know you cut vinyl. Just make those edges so sleek and gorgeous. I'd love to try that sometime. That sounds like it's fun to cut. Vinyl doesn't bleed. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, your lines are so sharp. It looks really good. All the little details right there. I'll do this little flower. If it soaks, it all will make ugly dots. So do you mean like if you leave it sit there? Is that what you mean? I know this song by DM Feanor is called, I think that, is this Nerd Age? No, this isn't Nerd Age. I know the name of it. Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy when I see it. I gotta look. Oh, it's the dark bits. Yep. I knew I'd be like, dang. No, if the paint pools as a liquid too much, or it'll run under the tap. Yeah, okay. If the tape is at all susceptible to moisture. Yeah. One of the things I used to do when I did that, but I think I like how much cleaner your method is even better. I used to take the painter's tape, and then you'd cut out your area, and then you'd take like a clear gel medium or something that you can put over it, and you put over all of it, And what that would do is it would seal off the edges. And then when you'd go to put the color on, you know, it would just go where the negative was that you cut out. And that worked pretty good too. But what I like about yours is you don't have that extra layer because there's still like a slight texture that builds up with the that clear layer. And I am kind of obsessed with surfaces. And the nicer and cleaner and smoother the surface is, the more I'm like, yes, fine craftsmanship. Yeah, painter's tape is... It's not very good. I mean, I've made it work as I was describing, but yeah. Sounds like what you're doing is better. Making pancakes. Making pancakes. The flower looks good when you ink it in. You would literally put a roll of vinyl and use it before painting. Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate your, what would you call that? Snobbery? Some people would call it that. I say that as a good thing. It's endearing when I mean it. It's like, you have refined preferences for good fucking reasons. Makes me really want to try it. Where do you even get that? I mean, I know you can order anything online. Oh, the Cricut sheet crap. Okay. We have one of those at the job I have. And I've never used the Cricut, unfortunately. But no, at least I know what you mean. Well, now that I guess I got those flowers up there. Oh yeah, I have a 3D printer and print stencils on one layer. Oh, that's cool. Have you had a 3D printer for long? I wouldn't even know how to begin using something like that. I remember you talking about it earlier. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I got a lot of... I recalled that right before you said that. I've got another buddy who just recently acquired a 3D printer, and I think you're aware because we were discussing things on Discord about it, and then next thing you know, my brain is like, oh, everybody's just been getting 3D printers up in here. So yeah, but I did recall that we talked about that, and that you'd given some educational insight as to what a 3D printer